How to attract more customers to your store. Are you looking around trying to figure out, oh, I just had more bodies, I'd be really successful? We're going to answer that in this video. By the end of this video, you're going to know the strategies that help build long-term customers, as well as how to attract customers physically around your store, and the difference between thinking about you're going to do something and committing. Okay, so when you're thinking about attracting more customers to your store, one of the most common is just offer some discounts because I see everybody else do them. You know, I know there's a pizza place in my location, and they were opened 2-for-1 special, and they did that for 2 weeks, and then it had a break, and then the fourth week, 2-for-1 pizza, and then pretty soon it was 2-for-1 all the time, and they were gone in 8 months. And what they had done is they had burned through the neighborhood because people were looking for that. They had done it all, but then once you've had it, you don't want to come back. So the first part to be thinking about how you attract more customers in your store, do a great job in your store. It's not about price, it's not promotion, it's that feeling. How do you let someone feel that they matter enough that they're willing to give you their money? It's really the game. And if you understand that that game, how to attract customers to your store, is not just the visual cues, your windows and your location, but it really is the experience inside your store, then I think you're onto something, because too many people think it's a pretty window and they don't know that it's not a converting window. You follow me? A pretty window can be filled with all kinds of things, beautiful colors. So if you're anthropology and you know what you're doing and you have training in it, you can make amazing windows all the time. One of the cool things they do is they actually send a kit to all their stores, and the crew can put it together with some guidance, so there's a little variation, but they know that they have a brand of what should and shouldn't be done. A lot of times we don't know that, and so we just put anyone else to put something in that window, and we don't really think about it. So your windows have to be captivating. I've got other videos you might be interested in that talk about windows and how to do visual merchandising, but it comes down to thinking like a customer, not like an entrepreneur. You're not trying to save money as a customer. You're saying, what would get my interest? All right, quick story. You asked for it. So one of my first jobs was at the Broadway department store in Los Angeles, and they put me in Notions, which I don't even remember what Notions had in it. I think we had probably like hangers and sewing stuff, toys. Basically, if it didn't fit in the rest of the department store, it went up into Notions. And it was up on the 3rd floor, and it was rotten. I didn't like it at all. So I was stationed up there for a week, and no one comes up there, and no one's talking to you, and I'm a people guy, right? So I see that they have this red battery-controlled, remote-controlled Ferrari, and it takes 4 batteries, and I took it out, I put the batteries in, and then I put it on the floor and I started playing with it. And then as some women came by, I turned this little wheel, and that was cute, and people started coming in. And then I got it on the escalator, and it went down to the 2nd floor, and then I did the same thing. Went around and all this, and I came back up the stairs, and it was great. It was a fun hour, and I got this phone call, excuse me, you cannot be doing that. The security guard came up, and he said, yeah, that's my boss on the phone. You have to stop doing that. Okay, so I pack it back and, put it back. Get a phone call from the general manager, I don't know, 15 minutes later. He goes, where the hell's the kid? Where the hell's the kid's car? I said, oh, he told me I had to put it back. He goes, are you kidding? You sold 4 of those. We didn't sell 4 in a year. You've sold them in an hour. Now, what did I do? That product was there the whole time, wasn't it? But I was curious, how am I going to get their attention? And that's where I want you to think like a retailer, like an entrepreneur. Oh, we've tried this and this, this. Yeah, trying discounts is a zero-sum game. Yeah, you might get somebody in who wants 20% off, but then marketing them, you have your newest handbag or whatever it's going to be. They're not going to pay full price. They're going to wait. That's not where the money is. The money is getting people who can sell the merchandise at full price to people who want that merchandise, who are willing to come back and pay more because they enjoyed it, right? It's a small pool, but that's where most of us make our money, on those customers. I'm a big believer of dressing up your store. Now, yes, you could do it the holidays, which is always great, but think of 3D. Like if you put a series of vines or floral vines, brightly colored around the door. And then if you want to go in a little bit more, you could put some white lights in it, and that looks pretty. Then you might think about the planters on either side, a red welcome mat, and really work to make that perfect. Some other want something a little bit simpler, and Toyota learned this, or was it Nissan? I think it's Nissan. 40 years ago, They are the inventors of the red triangle, which you'll probably see just about anywhere, but it is a red triangle that goes around the doors. And they understood that people didn't know, you would think they'd know how to get into the dealership, but they didn't. And so isolating that gave people a sense of security. It's the same thing on a brick and mortar store. You want to make sure we have that same idea. This is where the action happens. Make sure it's well lit, because again, you don't want to have people having to, are they open? Are they open? You don't need an open sign, by the way. Please don't do that. And then make sure that you are looking at how that carries into the rest of the store, because retail exists for one answer to a question: what's new? The store should look new, it should smell new, it should feel new, and your employees should be glad to be there instead of grumpy that they aren't, anywhere else. So thinking about the outside of the store and how that's going to work also means you got to police it. So if there are bottles and cans and trash, or people are smoking, you don't want any of that in front of your store either. And realize every morning you walk in there, someone should walk out front and see what it looks like to be a customer. Then when they walk in that store, that first 10 feet, that's where your best and brightest should be. So you're going to have it lit like it's from up above. You're going to have it lit so well that people are like, wow, look at this. Maybe it's going to be, I don't know, a $5,000 outfit. Maybe it's going to be a $20,000 bag. I don't know. But whatever it is, it should be pretty much at eye level, and it should be at an angle as they walk into the store, so it brings them off. In North America, we go into a store to the right and around, whereas in the Southern Hemisphere, it's the opposite. Think of how toilets work. It's the same idea. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. And when you have that angle, you're going to have them look there, and then they're going to want to go this way. Now, the other part of that is, where's your counter? If your counter is right there, you've got a problem, because people are going to be making their way around, and they're going to want to leave, and they're going to want to go this way. And you've got people exiting the store, and they're going to go this way, and they have to cross if that customer who is looking wants to buy something. So be aware where your cash wrap is, because that can make a difference. Also, don't have it too big, because those days of needing a giant cash wrap just aren't there. Even if you wrap, it doesn't have to be there. Everyone is moving to smaller counter spaces, banks, hotels. Why aren't you? Another thing you can do is, in those windows up front, you can put a little QR code, shop the look, and they can be able to direct it to your website. And there you could have a little chat bot that says, schedule a styling with one of our designers. Or even better, you would say her name or his name, Tim, our designer for men's, and Jane, who is designer for women's. Maybe that would be a way you could do it. But you're constantly thinking, how do I go through and make this so that it's entertaining, but it grabs our attention in a world where I think the average attention span is 2 seconds. And when you've got that, and you're looking to be able to grow your sales and attract more people, who's the one group that we often forget? Our own customers, our loyal customers. What have you said to them lately? Friends and family, 20% only, this weekend only. New customers only, whatever it's going to be. I know it's a little cynical, but you get as many emails as I do, begging for you to come, and I will pay you with a discount to endure our terrible service. If you want to be above that, then decide you're going to have, a sale, January and July, and what you're going to do for that loyal customer. And maybe you give your best customers a preview night or something that's different. It's not a bigger deal. Maybe you're going to give them champagne if they come shop that night. On the other side of that is, do you really want to be courting your best customers who pay full price to come in and buy things that are off price? I don't think so. So get your CRM, whether it's MailChimp or HubSpot or something, get that to isolate those people out, and then message them regularly about what's new or what events are coming up, right? So if it's May, it might be graduation time, June might be weddings, back to school, etc. Each one of those has a reason to reach out. And the problem we run into when we focus so much on attracting customers, we forget that we just need to be reminded, oh yeah, I like them. And I worked with a motorcycle brand, who will remain nameless, and they were talking about the struggles they have, and they said, nobody brands their butt with our logo like they do Harley Davidson. And I said, that's true, because when I say I have a Harley, it's very different than when I say something else. And it's the same thing for you. If you become that choice retailer, that's who they're going to remember and say, that's my store. That's my store. Instead of, oh yeah, I know the owner. I can get you a discount. That's not a reason, okay? And nobody raves about average customer service. You want to attract customers, make sure that you're going through and giving exceptional experience. Make sure that your crew knows what success looks like, right? They've added on, they understand upselling, they don't poo-poo it. They sell the premium price. and communicate with those customers more often. And then you're doing a wide swatch of how to attract people to your store. And you know, if you're interested in this, you've come this far, I've got a link of another video I think would be really great right up here. I've also got one, well, it's the same one, down in the below in the copy. But the important thing to remember is there's a lot you can do to attract customers in your store. Just don't leave with a discount. Retail Doc, out.